All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tear into one of the biggest lessons from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's an idea that sounds so simple, but it has absolutely massive implications for your money and your future. We're talking about the art of minding your own business.
So let me start by asking you a question. What business is McDonald's in? I mean, the answer seems totally obvious, right? Hamburgers. They sell billions and billions of them all over the world. But what if I told you that the obvious answer is just flat out wrong?
You're looking at a direct quote from Ray Kroc, the guy who built the McDonald's empire. He said this to a bunch of MBA students way back in 1974. And you know what? They all laughed at him. But he was dead serious. And this one little idea, it completely flips how we should be thinking about building wealth.
And get this, McDonald's is the largest single owner of real estate on the entire planet. This is where you see Ray Kroc's true genius. See, his profession was selling hamburger franchises, yeah? But his business, his real business, was grabbing the most valuable pieces of real estate he could find. He knew the number one key to success was location, location, location. So the company bought up the best street corners in the world, the franchisee pays the rent, and those burgers, they're just the bait on the hook that keeps the cash flow coming in.
And that right there, that is the core secret. The rich focus on building up their asset column, the real estate in the case of McDonald's. Meanwhile, pretty much everyone else, the poor and the middle class, we get laser focused on our income statements. We worry about how many burgers we can sell or how big our next paycheck is going to be.
This way of thinking brings up a huge conflict that keeps so many of us financially stuck. And it's the confusion between your profession and your business.
Okay, so let's break this down so it's crystal clear. Your profession, that's your job. It's what you do. You could be a doctor, a software engineer, a truck driver. That's how you generate income. That's your income statement. But your business is not your job title. It's your asset column. It's all the stuff you own that makes money for you, whether you're working or not. Here's the bottom line. Your profession makes someone else rich. Your business makes you rich.
So when you only focus on your profession, you end up spending your entire life, your working years, minding someone else's business. You just become another part of their machine for building wealth.
Seriously, think about where your paycheck actually goes. Before you even see a dime, you're working for the government. They take their cut first in taxes. Then, you're working for your company's owners, building their profits. And after all that, you're working for the bank, paying down your mortgage, your car loan, your student loans. You see, financial struggle is basically the result of working for everybody else but yourself.
So how do we fix this? How do we flip the script? Well, we have to start shifting our focus. It's time to start minding our own business. And we do that by intentionally, deliberately building our asset column. Your asset column is your real business. You should think of it like an engine that's eventually going to power your financial freedom. Your day job, that's just the fuel. It's the seed money you use to build that engine, one piece at a time.
So what are these real assets? Well, according to Rich Dad, they're things that work for you 24/7. We're talking about businesses you own but don't have to operate day to day. Stocks, which give you a piece of a company. Bonds, real estate that generates rental income. You could even own notes, or IOUs, where you're basically the bank. Or even things like royalties from a book you wrote or a patent you own.
Now, to be super clear about this is not advice to march into your boss's office and quit your job tomorrow. The book is very specific about this. Keep your job. Having a job isn't the mistake. The mistake is making it your only focus. The real goal is to use the income from your profession to systematically buy assets for your business. It's like using the company's ladder to go out and buy your own ladder.
Okay, so this sounds great in theory, but how do you actually start doing this in a practical way? Let's walk through a really simple but incredibly powerful hack to begin minding your own business right away.
So we're going to take that classic advice you've heard a million times, pay yourself first, and we're going to put a Rich Dad twist on it. Now, this does not mean moving money over to a savings account. I mean, a savings account is safe, sure, but it's not a real asset that's going to produce income for you. Paying yourself first means the very first bill you pay every single month is a payment to your asset column. And here's the best part.
You can put this whole thing on autopilot. You can create your very first automated business system. It's literally just 3 steps. 1. Open a separate brokerage account. Let's call it your Freedom Fund. 2. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to that brokerage account for the day right after you get paid. And 3. Inside that brokerage account, set up an automatic investment into a low-cost asset, something like an S&P 500 index fund. That's it. You are now systematically turning your labor into equity. You're in business.
So I'll leave you with this. Your profession is vital. It pays the bills, it keeps the lights on, no doubt about it. But it's your business, your asset column. That's going to be the thing that actually builds your freedom. So the real question is, what's the first asset you're going to add to your business? Thanks for tuning in.